Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon for latest updates.
Hi students, VIT University is one of the leading and well-known universities. It's also an institute of eminence. And today we have someone with us who's actually in charge of all the admissions and counseling processes at all campuses of VIT. Welcome on board Ms. Kadambari Vishwanathan. She is an engineering graduate who's also completed a Master of Science from Johns Hopkins University, USA, and she's currently pursuing her PhD too. A warm welcome, ma'am, and thank you for coming on board. My first question would be, can you just explain the new admission process for VIT this season, simply because of the COVID, everything has come to a halt. So a bit of description of that.
First of all, my warm greetings to all of you at Career 360 and also to your viewers. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy. Yes, this time the process is a bit different than what we usually have. I think this pandemic situation has deeply affected admissions of higher educational institutions as a whole. Because if you are within the school or college, you just graduate to the next class and things move on. But when you are coming to the graduating class, they have to go to the next phase. I think there are a lot of serious hurdles. There is also a lot of confusion about the impending exams and all that. But VIT has been leading a way forward in trying to create a new path in which these admission processes can proceed even in these troubled times. As a first step, we had cancelled the VT exam, a very reputed national level exam. So we had to cancel it because considering the health and safety issues and also the timeline being extended, we wanted to start our admission process at the earliest. So we had cancelled our VT exam. The announcement had already been made 3-4 weeks before itself. Our ranks were released on August 5th. So we had totally 1,83,000 applications this year, much higher than what we had last year. And we had ranked our students based on normalized PCM or PCB marks of their 12th, JEE and SAT scores as and when applicable. JEE, I mean JEE JAN scores. So based on that, the ranks we had done ranking. We had a separate ranking and normalization committee that did this process, and the ranks had been released on the ranks and the results had been released on August 5th. We scheduled to start our online counseling process. This counseling process will also be completely online this year, and it is scheduled to start from the 10th of August. So it will be done in 4 phases. Phase 1 will be 1 to rank 20,000. So that will start on the 10th of August. 20,000, 1 to 60,000, which is the phase 2. Phase 2 is 20,000, 1 to 16,000, 60,000, sorry. That will start on the 14th of August. The third phase is 60,000 to 1 lakh, and that will begin on 18th of August, and above 1 lakh on the 22nd of August. To give you a very brief outline of how this online counseling process will work. So there is we have a one-stop online portal, that is which can be accessed from our website, our main website, vit.ac.in. The login credentials had already been sent out to all the registered applicants, so they can view their rank there, and they can also register for the counseling. So a counseling fee of 5,000 is applicable, so they can register for the counseling. On the day when their counseling is scheduled to start, all the available programs will be listed. And the student can prioritize and give their choices, whichever, like how many ever choices they want, in which campus they want, which program they want, in which fees category they want. So we have 5 fees category. All the fee structure information is also available in that portal. So once the students select the choices, they have 2 days to do so. After which the computer generates an algorithm, and through the algorithmic process, they get a seat allocated. And then they have 3 days to pay the advance fee, which will be the 50% of the tuition fee, or they can even make the full fee payment. The full fee payment deadline is up till 10th September. So with this, the admission process ends. If you see from last year to this year, the main premise or the fundamental point of the counseling is that it be merit based. So if I have better rank, I should be able to access whatever my preference is. So that fundamental point has not changed, be it physical counseling or online counseling. So the better your rank, the better your chances of getting your preferred branch. So that has not changed. Fundamentally, that remains the same. And we also try to give all the, what would happen in a physical counseling, all that experience also we don't want to let go of. So we have helpline numbers where students can call, and if they click whichever campus they want, it will be redirected to that campus. and faculty are available to counsel the students about program specific questions. In fact, in our VIT Bhopal website, there's a one-click button. So if you click on the website, either mobile or a laptop, and give your phone number, you will automatically start a video call with the faculty, with one of our admission counselors. Faculty, they're all trained faculty who know about the programs. So we don't want to let go of the physical experience and the human touch, that is there. So the students are also comfortable and are well informed before they make a choice.
That's a wonderful initiative if counselors are available. My next question is, does that the admissions are meant to be based on, class 12 scores with maybe weightage given to JEE Main scores?
Yes.
So what about the students who have not written JEE Main? How does this work? Is there a weightage given particularly to JEE Main scores? Is there any?
So this time, like I said, we have to be flexible, because when I say 1,83,000 applicants, it came from 29 states, all the union territories, 12 countries, and about 40 odd boards, 40 different boards. So that diverse is our applicant crowd. So we were flexible. One thing is that all of them, the one main minimum criteria or the eligibility criteria was that their PCM or PCB marks be 60%. So even if you had not given your JEE scores, definitely they would have given their board exams. So based on which they would have gotten their ranks. So this gave a flexibility, and we were able to accommodate students with any different background, anything like they might have aimed for an April JEE, that is right. So if they are not given, so we had considered their 12th scores. So we were able to accommodate and do justice to all these applicants.
So now the other question that many students also have, and they keep on asking, so supposing they take the admissions and then JEE Main may be held in September. Right now the dates are still on in September. So and VIT is closing the admissions, right? So is there a provision for withdrawal if a student gets a chance maybe in an NIT or an IIT or something, and then what are the guidelines for that?
Our refund policy has been same for the last few years, and it is in accordance with the UGC regulations. So they have regulations about if you withdraw before commencement, 10 days after commencement, 40 days after commencement, or 40 days later, more than 40 days you've spent. So there is a withdrawal policy which is also listed in the login. As there is not much clarity on the September exam, so we are also not able to base any decisions on it, because I know there is also a pending case that is going on asking them to cancel the exams. So there is a lot of confusion surrounding to it. So we can only be, we can form rules only based on what our circumstances are and for our institution. We do try to keep that in mind as a consideration. And our withdrawal policy is also designed in that way that there is chance for withdrawal at any time, and we follow the norms as stipulated by UGC.
Also, do you have any separate rules for students applying, because Chennai campus is there, Vellore campus is there, Bhopal is there. So you have 4 campuses, and Vellore is of course the most popular and preferred one. So do you have separate rules for admissions in terms of ranks and all this?
So our online counseling process since the beginning, even before we had the Chennai campus, even before we had the other campuses, has been a centralized process. So as and when the new campuses come, it's still a centralized online counseling process, very similar to how the JEE might be, or any of the state affiliate like Anna University Counseling here in Tamil Nadu might be. So all of us participate together. So the student has the choice. So he can take Vellore. If he can take Chennai, he can choose Amravati, he can choose Bhopal. So in fact, in the choice filling, that will be the first parameter they have to choose: which campus, which program, and which category. We follow and it is centralized. So the same ranking metric is available to all the students. So it's the BTech admission is mostly centralized. So it happens through this one phase or this one process of online counseling.
And one of the biggest questions from students is like, when would the session start in the campus? How is the university planning the classes? Is it going to be online, or are you planning the on-campus classes? When is it scheduled? Any details on that?
So actually, for the current students, for our existing students, classes had started all the way back in May itself. So we usually have a summer term in our academic calendar. So those classes went online. And even this new semester has already begun in all the 4 campuses, and it is being taken in the online mode. We don't have any clarity on the central or the state government regulations about when we should start classes. So there is not we don't have any announcements yet. So the central government has to make an announcement. By central, I mean the UGC or the MHRD. And we should also consider this the state government, because we are now located in 3 states. So the local considerations have to be taken as well. So whatever the government stipulates, we will follow it, because the health and safety of a student is also of utmost importance. But we are fully prepared to go into an online mode, because classes are already happening. And last year, even well before last year itself, we started our VIT online learning school. So that has an impressive amount of recorded material that we've already generated. And we were about to start online programs, but now with the pandemic coming, now everything has gone online. So we have a dedicated team of professionals who know how to handle online learning. So if need arises that we should only start with the online mode, we are well prepared to go ahead with that also.
Okay. And my last question would be, VIT is now an institute of eminence. So what have been the changes that have been incorporated by the university and that allows students to benefit from this big tag that is an honor in itself among all the institutions?
This institution of eminence, the whole idea of this institution of eminence is a very innovative, and it's a very apt one that the Modi government has brought in. It was brought in during their last tenure itself, but it's extending for the last 1 or 2 years. It's a very right scheme, and it aims at placing good Indian universities at a global and international level. So this is the kind of support that we also want from the government, because it needs to push. It should be a coordinated effort by both the private players as well as the government to, as such, propagate Indian education at a global platform. So anything that we are aiming to do with the IOE tag, and because of the IOE tag and for the IOE tag, will all be concentrated towards internationalization or globalizing our education strategies, how our classrooms teaching is going to be. Digitalization, yes, it is definitely happening, but how we will even benchmark it to the international, much more to the international standards. And there'll be high focus and spending on research. In fact, we are bringing a lot of new interdisciplinary labs. Certain centers were supposed to be open, but because of the pandemic, things got delayed. So there'll be heavy focus on interdisciplinary research. And we are trying to bring in a separate team that fully concentrates faculty who are completely dedicated to research output. VIT is already one of the top 1 or 2. We know IISc or we have the highest research output in any given academic or calendar year. So our concentration and focus would be on the research, which will definitely reflect on the students as well. So even an undergraduate student would have a good research experience. And all this gives a very good reputation for us, which invites more and more companies to come. The placements, our placement records have always been stellar. And this kind of becomes like this feeds the other and that feeds the other. So that kind of a loop.
So moving on that also, like would you be having, collaborations with other foreign universities and exchange programs wherein, because this tag of helps in that too?
Yes.
I mean, and our students go, so are there plans on those fronts too?
Sorry, ma'am, your last part I couldn't hear.
I mean, I just wanted a little bit of details about the, collaborations, if any, with foreign students and
for foreign student collaboration. Actually, our international office, we have had a very vibrant and active international office since we were an affiliated college, not just now. So we have over 20 years of experience in international relations. Way back in that time, international relations was not even a topic spoken in engineering colleges. We have over 400 partnerships with over 400 universities. And now the biggest plus point that we have is that we have a lot of programs that are 2+2 or 3+2. We even have in Chennai and Amravati, we have a 4-year BBA program that those are 2+2. So they study 2 years here, and 2 years they go to RIT or University of Michigan, depending on the campus. So they go there and study there. And even in our BTech programs, we have such partnerships with RIT, Purdue, where they study 2 years, and the next 2 years they go on to graduate from an American university, or even Australian and British universities are also there. So our collaborations have always been there. Yes, given the IOE tag, the recognition will widen. And we look forward to partnering in a much more efficient way, probably in research, exchange of doctoral students, exchange of faculty in a more intensive manner.
And lastly, some information about the placements, because VIT is very well known about it. So something about the placements, how students can look forward to what kind of statistics.
Yes. So the placements have been, the perception might be that placements will not happen. That would be the general perception. But VIT is going against the wind. In fact, we were the first university in India to start placements during the lockdown itself. So a lot of remote internships and placement activity had started. So first, the PG student internships, that's how this academic or this placement calendar year started. And this is the latest data. We have had 82 companies make 505 offers only to our PG students, out of which over 450 are Dream and Super Dream offers, which means above 4 lakh offers. This is all internship offers which are made to PG students, which usually get converted as job placements. And BTech started 2-3 weeks ago. So the BTech, the Super Dream companies are coming. Super Dream means those companies that offer over 10 lakh package to the students. And this year is even more special because all the 4 campuses are participating. We don't limit it to only Vellore campus. All 4 campuses participate, and the company can choose the student based on the merit alone. So they don't look at which campus they come from. So about 155 offers, Super Dream offers, have been made by 107 companies. The highest being Microsoft, that has offered 44 lakhs to 7 students.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And our placement calendar is completely packed. So every day, 1 or 2 companies is coming packed for the next 2-3 weeks.
That's a very stellar and encouraging sign in this.
Yes, there might be a delay, but this usually because even this usually happens somewhere in June. So a month or 2 delay is there, but I think eventually placements will get back on track.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and visit Careers 360 website for more details.